if the Mississippi law comes into effect in June 2022, to what extent do you think this law of abortion rights can have an impact on other legislations across the states here in America?
Elli, we can start with you.
Okay. I mean, I think it would have a huge impact. There's, I believe it's 21 states poised and ready to go to, release or propose legislation that is greatly restrictive on abortions. And in certain states, it will retroactively impose laws from before Roe v. Wade. So laws that are 30, 40 years old. And, it's with no mention of updating those laws to apply to current day. So I think overturning Roe v. Wade as just a blanket precedent will have effect on, legislation in almost every single state, if that answers your question. But going off that, to overturn precedent in the Supreme Court, normally there needs to be a very concrete reason to overturn something that has stood for almost 50 years and has had the support of justices on the Supreme Court for almost 50 years now. And our Constitution itself, people have looked to the 14th Amendment to, say that a state is prohibited from outlawing abortion with respect to the pregnancy of a woman because it violates that woman's right to privacy. So this law, should it be overturned, is essentially just knocking part of our Constitution. It is in our Constitution that we have a right to privacy. Roe v. Wade deemed abortion as a part of your right to privacy. And so I can only imagine that overturning it would have a wide ripple effect.
Kaylee, what's your response to Elli as a final remark? Where do you see this going in the future, and what are your hopes as well?
So she's right. There's about 21 states that are ready to do their own abortion laws, and I completely agree with it. I think the country may or may not be going in the right direction somewhat, no matter who the administration is. And overall, I think that because for the past 2 years, we've been so pushed around by the Democratic agenda that now the right is starting to fight back and actually implement things into society that will positively affect them and start teaching people self-responsibility, taking responsibility for a situation that you 100% caused. And I just want to say that it's not a human right. Abortion is not human right. Killing a baby is not a human right.
If I may just add one last point, regardless of us bringing our morals into this, the Mississippi Solicitor General, Scott Stewart himself said during oral arguments on Wednesday in the case, Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health, when an issue affects everyone and when the Constitution doesn't take sides on it, it belongs to the people. And I don't see how that does not indicate that is the choice of the person that this is affecting as to whether or not they want to carry that baby.